You're finally sitting down to relax. The couch is comfortable. The room is quiet. And then your cat jumps onto your lap like they completely own the place. Before you can even settle in, those tiny paws begin pressing against you. Slowly, rhythmically, one paw, then the other, like they're carefully kneading invisible dough right on your legs. It's adorable, a little strange, and depending on how sharp those claws are, sometimes surprisingly painful. If that moment feels familiar, you're definitely not alone. But here's what most people never realize. That tiny, making biscuits behavior, it carries a meaning much deeper than simple comfort. Because kneading connects directly to some of the earliest emotional wiring your cat has ever formed. And once you understand where it comes from, the whole behavior starts to feel a lot more personal. Let's break it down. Number 1. The behavior begins before they can even see. Kittens start kneading almost immediately after birth. In many cases, within hours. Before their eyes fully open. Before they understand the world around them. That motion is already there. Which tells us something important. Kneading isn't learned behavior. It's instinct. Deeply built into the feline nervous system from the very beginning. Now picture a newborn kitten pressed against its mother. Tiny paws pushing rhythmically against her belly. That movement helps stimulate milk flow during nursing. But something else happens during those moments too. Something even more important. The kitten's brain begins linking that repetitive motion with safety, warmth, food, protection, calm. In other words, kneading becomes tied to one of the most secure emotional states a cat will ever experience. And that connection stays with many cats for life. Now fast forward years later. Your adult cat climbs into your lap, circles once, settles down, and then those paws start moving again. Not randomly, not absent-mindedly, but through the exact same instinctive rhythm connected to comfort and emotional security from kittenhood. That's why many cats knead most intensely when they're deeply relaxed. Purring softly, eyes half closed, body completely loose. Their nervous system is returning to an old emotional memory, one associated with absolute safety. And here's the fascinating part most people never think about. Your cat is now connecting you to that feeling. Not just the couch, not just the blanket. Your presence becomes part of the emotional equation. And once you understand that, kneading stops feeling like random cute behavior. Because it's not just movement. It's emotional memory. A behavior rooted in the earliest moments of trust your cat ever experienced. Now quietly replayed in your lap. But that's only the beginning. Because kneading doesn't just connect to comfort. Sometimes, it also reveals something much deeper about how emotionally attached your cat feels to you. That rhythm becomes tied to warmth, safety, and being cared for. It's the first comfort ritual they ever experience. As your cat grows up, that instinct doesn't disappear. It just shifts. Adults usually knead when they feel completely relaxed. And the places they choose, your lap, a soft blanket, a cozy hoodie, mimic the textures and warmth of kittenhood. Many owners notice their cat kneads right before settling down, almost like they're recreating the perfect little nest from their earliest days. When you see your cat doing this, you're watching a childhood memory come alive. It means they feel safe enough with you to slip back into that gentle, vulnerable state. And once they reach that level of comfort, something even more meaningful starts to show through. Number 2, kneading as a sign of deep bonding. You know that moment when your cat settles onto your lap, gives you that slow, sleepy blink, and then those paws start their gentle rhythm again. It's almost always when they're at their calmest, and you can feel their whole body soften as they melt into you. That's no accident. Many adult cats knead only with the people they trust most. You might notice the signs happening all at once. Their eyes half close, their whiskers drift forward in that relaxed way, and their breathing slows. That combination is your cat's version of letting their guard down. Kneading often becomes a way for them to begin quiet social time. Some cats pair it with a deep purr. Others curl into a ball as soon as they're done, and a few even groom themselves or you as part of the moment. It's their way of saying they feel close, connected, and ready to share space with you. If you're the person your cat needs, you're their safe spot, the place they return to when they want warmth or reassurance. That's a rare level of trust in the cat world. And there's another layer to this bonding moment that most people never notice. Something happening quietly with every press of those paws. Number 3, marking you as home. Your cat isn't just kneading you. They're quietly claiming you as part of their world. Those soft paws carry tiny scent glands, and each press releases a trace of their personal signature. It's not something you'll ever smell, but other cats absolutely can. Research on feline communication shows that these scent markers help create a familiar emotional map, almost like a comfort zone they build with the beings they trust. So, when your cat needs your lap, your hoodie, or even your stomach, they're blending their scent with yours. It's a quiet way of saying, this spot feels right. This person feels right. Cats do this with their favorite resting areas, their chosen blankets, and the humans they feel most connected to. Think of it like your cat turning you into the coziest cushion in the house, one that smells like safety, warmth, and them. It deepens the bond you already share because you're becoming part of their everyday environment in a way they find reassuring. And that cozy reassurance plays an even bigger role when your cat needs to settle their own emotions. Ready for something most people miss? Number 4, kneading as a stress relief habit. There's a moment right before some cats start kneading when their whole body shifts, almost like they're working through something only they can feel. And then the paws begin their slow, steady rhythm. That motion isn't always about comfort from you. Sometimes it's comfort for themselves. Studies on feline self-soothing behaviors show that repetitive motions help regulate a cat's nervous system, especially during mild tension or overstimulation. So, if your cat needs after a loud noise, when guests arrive, or right before falling asleep, they may be unwinding in the only way they know how. You might notice patterns: a deep breath, a tail that slowly relaxes, or a moment of hesitating before they settle in. Kneading helps them release pent-up energy and return to a calmer state. It's a little ritual that brings them back to balance, and doing it on you means they trust you enough to be vulnerable in that moment. But sometimes that vulnerability comes with sharp little claws, and that's where things can get tricky, especially when you still want to protect the bond that kneading represents. Number 5, when kneading gets painful or intrusive. You might love every sweet moment of your cat's affection, right up until those claws dig into your leg like tiny sewing needles. It's completely normal to feel torn between enjoying the bonding and trying not to flinch. Cats often extend their claws while kneading because the motion naturally engages the muscles in their paws. It isn't a sign of aggression. It's simply part of the instinct. Still, your comfort matters, too. A thick blanket over your lap can make these sessions feel a lot less intense. Regular claw trims help soften the impact as well. Even if your cat only tolerates them in small doses, if the kneading becomes too much, you can gently guide their paws onto a soft pillow or nearby blanket. Most cats accept the switch without losing the warm feeling behind the moment. What you're doing is redirecting, not shutting them down. And that keeps the trust behind the behavior fully intact. And once you're able to enjoy those moments without the ouch factor, something bigger comes into focus. A clearer picture of what this ritual really means in your relationship. After all the tiny paws, soft purr, and occasional accidental scratches, kneading turns out to be more than a cute quirk. It blends instinct, emotion, memory, and connection into one little ritual. Your cat saves for the moments they feel most at ease with you. Kneading carries pieces of their kittenhood, the safety they associate with you, the scent they share to feel closer, and the calm they create for themselves when life feels a little loud. When you start noticing the patterns, where they need, when they need, and how their body language shifts, you get a clearer window into how your cat experiences your presence. It's one of those small, everyday behaviors that reveals something surprisingly tender. Your cat feels secure enough to be fully themselves around you. That's a privilege in the feline world. If your cat has a signature kneading style, share it in the comments. Are they gentle biscuit makers or full-body expert mode bread chefs? The funnier and more specific, the